everybody, Brandon with Bearded CB82. So today, I'm back with an actual regular tool video. I know, been gone for a little while, had some unboxing, some mail calls, that sort of thing. That is what it is. I've been busy as hell inside the shop, outside the shop, trying to get a video done. Just hasn't been, haven't just had the time for it, unfortunately. Had a lot of people send me a lot of questions, a lot of people emailing me. But this one today is going to be in response to that. One guy, Joseph, who's just starting out, he and I have been emailing back and forth as to some decent tools for guys that are just starting out. So I'm going to run through a gamut here. We're going to take a look. Tools from Bubblegum, some tools from my work cart, tools from the big green box, and then tools from our wash guy who's also been helping out in the trailer bay. He finally got his first toolbox. And run through some basic things on what it would be good to start out with. Starting out in the diesel industry, it could be varying. Are you working on light duty, medium duty, heavy duty? What type of shop are you in? Are you in like a Penske or Ryder shop where they work on a little bit of everything? And I do mean everything. So what you may and may not need can vary. Now, I know I got the air compressor running in the background. I'd rather have the garage door open here in the shop, but it's they got a dozer across the road, so it makes quite a lot of noise. The usual shop shit. But as far as some of the things that I think that will basically get you started out with, that are easy enough to find, typically without spending too much money or too much time on a tool truck. Hopefully this helps anybody else out. Now remember, things are always changing in each side of every industry. For light automotive, full-on automotive, from little bitty grocery getter cars clear up to the medium duty trucks. Everything in there is always changing, and your job might change too. But as far as some of the basics that you can use on just about everything, in my opinion, there again you get into the specialty things, different shops, different vehicles, different equipment. The stuff that you can pretty much get a good head start with before you go start pouring more money. And don't buy something because it looks neat. I've been guilty of that, and a lot of that stuff I just sell because, hey, it looked neat, I used it twice, and then a year after that still haven't used it, I sell the shit. But some things I've been using non-stop over the past several years, and some of them are sets, some of them are most of sets that I do use. But, well, we'll just get shit turned around here, and we'll just go from there. Have at it. Alright, the air compressor finally died. So, there's going to be a few things that you're definitely going to want starting off with. Are going to be some decent ratchets. Everybody has their own opinions as to ratchets. If you have a good tool truck brand, say Cornwell or Mack or Matco, that do show up and do provide you good quality service, go with what you think. Maybe a Snap-on dealer doesn't drop by your place. Maybe the Mack and Matco dealers never want to stop by your place. Three ratchets that I would recommend to anybody. The first one is the THLX72 locking flex head by Snap-on 1/4 inch drive. The FHX80A by Snap-on locking flex head. And then the SHX80B locking flex head 1/2 inch drive. You're in the diesel world. These will be three that I would recommend to anybody to start out with. These are not cheap ratchets, but they are worth every penny. So much so that I've even owned its bigger brother, the SHLX80A. for quite some time, and I use the hell out of this ratchet every day as well. Wear and tear on it, as you can see, this thing gets the crap beat out of it. And that just happens to be on there because I got done serving in a truck a little bit ago and didn't care to take it off yet. That's a plug socket. That's another thing I do recommend if you plan on servicing semi-trucks. Part number on that is a Paul Mike 516 Alpha. Good half-inch drive plug socket. You may or may not need the whole kit depending on where you work, but you want one to start off with, the half-inch plug socket for checking power dividers, transmissions, draining them, the whole 9 yards. I recommend that. In addition, the 5/8 Sam Whiskey 420. This is an 8-point socket. There again, also for checking if you've got a square plug. The Capri ratchet lines, you guys know how I feel about those. If you want a straight, regular ratchet, I think this guy runs $25 and you will not be displeased with it. So there you have it as far as ratchets that I could recommend. If you're starting off and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money right off, but you want a half-decent ratchet, Capri will get you a decent ratchet. But if there's 3 that I would ever recommend, be these 3 from Snap-on, and it will cover most of your bases. Next, we're just going to go ahead. We're going to talk about extensions. I've got a lot of extensions. Impact extensions, straight extensions. The larger half-inch one that I have, except for my really long Blue Point one. This one's a Cobalt, and it's been doing me fairly well over the past better part of a decade. I think I got this in like Q air compressor 2013 maybe ish, round about there. It's been holding up fine. You know, you can get fairly decent stuff elsewhere. You don't have to get it off the tool truck. One thing I will say though, get yourself a pretty complete set akin to this in whichever size you feel that you might need. But if you do get one, there are several manufacturers out there that make the Pro or the Wobble Plus style. For instance, you got a Wobble, now you got a regular. There you go. These kind of are a catch-all. They do work well in many instances. So just make sure that you get yourself a fairly decent extension set and peruse Amazon, go to your Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, wherever, Tractor Supply store, and see what you can't find for something akin as that might have the Wobble Plus style and design. Here, for instance, is gear wrench extension. This is a half-inch drive, came with the gear wrench kit that I keep at home. And here's a Performax. These you can buy just about anywhere. I got this out of a set of 3 or 4 from Menards because I needed a wobble, so I went and got something cheap. Now, even though it does have a flange right there, thing keep in mind, it is just a regular wobble. Now the gear wrench, as you see, also has a flange. Half-inch drive, got a little bit of wobble to it. Push it in though, and the gear wrench does stay. So there's a couple more options for you. As far as a couple brands you can look for, the gear wrench, I believe o.t.c has one as well. This one has a little bit less wobble on it, but in comparison to the Snap-on, you see it's more pronounced. You do get a fairly good wobble on it. good solid lockup as well. Just a couple things for consideration on your extensions. They don't have to be snap-on, they don't have to be Matco. Just get, when you're starting out, something that's similar to this. It'll cover a lot of your bases in one shot. It's less money you have to spend.
I'm on a mission and I won't stop. No destination, but it's from the shop.